Hello there, it is E Squared Photography and I'm Emily. Erin is not with us today, but today we are going to tackle how to pose families, especially with little ones, without overwhelm, because those sessions can be stressful, very stressful. So let's talk about tips and tricks that you can use to help relieve that stress. And make sure to stick around until the end because I have something special I want to talk to you about. By the end of this video, you will hopefully have a better idea of how to pose families, especially with families with little ones, in a less stressful way and less overwhelming way. And for the best photography tips and tricks, remember to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell for notifications of future videos. And don't forget, every Monday we come out with a new video for you. All right, so the very first thing, really this goes any session, anytime, but especially with families with little ones, be prepared. Be prepared yourself with knowing you have everything ready to go right away as far as props, equipment, whatever it is. And be prepared with your location that you're going to be shooting at. So that's something that's not going to stress you out right away. And even prepare mom and dad ahead of time so they know what to expect at your session. And as far as posing goes, this is one we learned. It took us a long time, but we learned it the hard way. But the tip is don't over plan posing. So we've probably talked about this before on here, but we cannot stress enough. Don't go into a family session, especially with little ones, with 10 new pose ideas you want to try that you found on Pinterest and screenshotted. It's not going to happen. We all know that now, right? It's not going to happen. We can dream, we can hope that they'll all happen, but something's going to go crazy. You're not going to have cooperation when you think you are. The pose isn't going to look as good as it looks online because maybe it's the location that's really setting it or the light, whatever it might be. Don't overplan it. Maybe come with 1 to 2 new poses that you haven't tried before that maybe you can try if it works out or if you have time. Another thing that we have learned when it comes to posing families with little ones is using certain prompts can really help get those natural looking smiles or even those more candid moments that we're looking for. So one prompt we like to do, and you could tell mom, you could tell dad, you could tell a little kid this, but to tickle. As far as any pose that you're in, just asking them to tickle each other. Mom tickle the little girl, dad tickle the little girl, siblings tickle each other, have a tickle fight. Whatever it might be is going to create really cute images and get those natural smiles as well. One thing we have found that works really well, especially with Erin's little boy, Graham, is that if you tell him, do not smile at the camera, don't you dare smile at the camera, what is he going to do? This is really helpful with little boys. They usually are going to smile at the camera because they are going to do the opposite of what you're asking because that's just how they are at that age. So sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's worth a shot. One thing that gets little kids excited, instead of saying, say cheese, or just smile for the camera, we like to say ice cream, or say, what else could they say? Say ice cream or say candy. Either of those can get a cute smile and they're getting excited because it's something they love. Comment below with some sort of prompt or some sort of pose or game or something you do at your family sessions that works like a charm. Another thing we like to do, especially when little ones are a little bit shy, is we'll ask them to, for example, like in these images here, we asked this little girl, can you show the camera your beautiful dress? Can you twirl for the camera? And that gets them excited rather than just telling them, hey, look and smile at the camera. We can say, can you show the camera this? Or can you show the camera your best smile? Or can you show the camera your really pretty teeth? Things like that can get them a little more willing to smile or look at the camera for you. One thing we have recently been doing a little bit more is, especially with little boys, but this works with little girls too, is saying, is there a dinosaur in my camera? Do you see the dinosaur? That at least gets them to look at the camera. And then once they look at the camera and they're looking for that dinosaur that's not there, but they're looking for the dinosaur in the camera, you can take your camera and you can move it down and go raw really loud at them and scare them, and then put the camera back up and snap, 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 snap. That can work like a charm sometimes. We have started using that and we absolutely love that. Besides just those prompts and trying to get those natural smiles that way, one thing we have learned is to play games with the kids. And even if they're not really games, you can call them games and they're still gonna think they're games and get excited about them. So let's take a look at some images here just to see what we're doing in these. So the image on the left, we just had the kids do Ring Around the Rosie, and that got them excited and they were having fun. And then the image in the middle, what we did is we had mom and dad come from behind and scare the little girls, which turned out to be super cute. And then the image on the right there, the kids were playing tag around mom and dad while mom and dad were posed. Some more little games or things we like to do is on the left here in this image, we tell one of the cousins to tell the other cousin a little secret, and it gets a really cute picture. And then again, Ring Around the Rosie in the middle. And the one on the right, instead of mom and dad coming and scaring the kids, we had older sister come and scare her little sister, which turned out to be a super, super cute, candid looking shot. Another thing that seems to help a lot at our sessions is if we get to know the clients ahead of time, especially the kids. In our questionnaire that we send out to them once we have booked them, is we ask them the kids' ages and their interests. So ahead of time, we know little Susie loves Doc McStuffins. So we can learn a little bit about Doc McStuffins and ask her about Doc McStuffins, and that warms her up to us too. And another thing we've done in the past too is we have made a video of the two of us talking to our phone or whatever and just being kind of goofy and stupid and letting them in on our personality a little bit so they can see our faces and see kind of who we are. And then we send that to mom and dad to show them before the session starts, so then they can get a little bit more familiar with who we are. And the very last thing I want to say is giving breaks is so important. If something is not going great for you, give breaks. We've had sessions where we like to start our sessions off with the full family shot. We've started them and one of the little kids is not going to smile, starting to cry, doesn't feel good, whatever it might be. Stop there. Don't waste any more time trying to do that. Give that child a break and get other combinations and get whatever you possibly can. There are sessions we have done and that you will do as well where nothing goes as planned and you are just completely winging it as far as poses, as far as combinations you're doing, and it is just kind of a disaster, but that's okay. We will have those sessions. We will get through them. We will create beautiful images, even though in the moment it seems like a complete fail. In the end, they will be okay. Don't worry. So give those breaks when needed. It will be very helpful in the long run. Hopefully one or two of these tips was helpful for you in thinking about how you can better pose the little ones at family sessions. And if you are a family photographer and looking for some more posing advice, we have a free family posing and planning session planning guide in the description below the video that you can check out and get your hands on. So make sure to check that out because it's a good one. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button so we know to make more videos just like this one. And if you don't already, follow us on Instagram at e2photography. And we will see you next week.